Hello, my dear students. Me, Hina Kausar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Sociology, Abhidananda Senior College. Welcome you for the lecture. In the last class, we have learned about the secondary group, where we have covered the topic meaning and definition. Today, we are going to focus on the characteristics of secondary group. So let's begin the characteristics. First characteristic is large in size. Students, if you remember from my earlier session that we had discussed about the definition, I have explained to you that if you want to remember the secondary group, so it's very easy for you to remember that it is very much opposite to the primary group. So from that definition, we can understand this characteristic, that secondary group is large in size as compared to the primary group. So secondary groups are relatively large in size, and these groups comprise a very large number of persons. We are having number of people there in the secondary group. For example, a political party, trade union, international associations such as Rotary Club, Lions Club, Red Cross Society, which consists of thousands of members scattered all over the world. Okay, so we'll quickly go to the next characteristics, that is formality. The relations of the member in a secondary group are of formal type. It does not exercise primary influence over its members. Secondary groups exert influence on the members indirectly. They are controlled by formal rules and regulations. Informal means of social control are less effective in regulating the relations of members. Formal social controls such as law, legislation, police, court, etc. are very much important for the members. Moral control is only secondary. A formal authority is set up with designated powers in secondary groups. Here, man is a legal and not a human entity. Next characteristic is impersonality. Secondary relations are impersonal in nature. In the large scale organization, there are contacts and they may be face to face, but they are, as says K. Davis, of the touch and go variety. Sorry. Here contacts are chiefly indirect. Relations among them are impersonal because members are not very much interested in other members as persons. They are more concerned with their self-centered goals than with other persons. There is no sentiment attaching to the contacts. It is not required that the parties know each other. We'll see the next characteristic, which is indirect cooperation. Indirect cooperation is another characteristic of secondary groups. In it, members do different things interdependently. All contribute to the same result, but not in the same process. They do unlike things together. In a large-scale organization where division of labor is complex, the members have not only different functions but different powers, different degrees of participation, different rights and obligations. Next characteristic is voluntary membership. The membership of most of the secondary group is not compulsory but voluntary. Individuals are at liberty to join or to go away from the groups. It is not essential to become the member of all groups. However, there are some secondary groups like nation or the state whose membership is almost involuntary. Next characteristic is status depends upon role. In secondary groups, the status or position of every member depends on his role. The determination of his status is not influenced by ascription or by his birth or personal qualities, but by the achievement or the role he plays. So students, this is all about the characteristics of secondary group. I hope you have understood the today's session. You have learned that how secondary group, they are large in size, they are not having any intimate relationship with one another, they believe in formality. Okay, they are in fact they are believing in written communication. Everything is being recorded. It can be in the form of paper or soft data. Again, it is believing in the impersonality, and it is having the voluntary membership as we have seen. Here members decide in which group they want to go or when to leave that particular group. And here the status is basically depends upon the role that you play. This secondary group is not based on the role or the status which you have got by birth, but they focus on your skill, talent, qualities, etc. So here the qualities matter, the skill matter, the interest of the matter. This is what all about the secondary group. So I hope this briefing also worked for you, and I hope I have justified my topic, that is the characteristics of secondary group. So students, see you in the next class where we will understand about the exact differences between the primary group and secondary group. So do attend my session. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.